in crime. Kami dari Eagle Overseas. Sore ini kita ada juga bersama Sir Romeo ya, dari Olymp Group yang akan share info detailnya soal Irlandia ke kalian ya. Juga nanti akan menyusul Alfred dari Holmes Institute Dublin. Ya, kita mau bahas mengenai peluang ke Irlandia, jalur studi, dan program menarik yang ditawarkan oleh Irlandia itu apa aja sih. Nah, sore ini kebetulan nanti aku akan ngilang sebentar karena ada sesi interview student juga untuk program studi lain. Jadi setelah opening ini aku izin leave sekitar 20-30 menit ya untuk assess interview dulu di room sebelah. Nanti terus balik lagi. Jadi ya, yuk tanpa lama-lama kita langsung dengerin presentasinya. Seperti biasa untuk kalian yang mau tanya saat presentasi sedang berlangsung, silakan drop questions in the chat box atau kalau mau tanya langsung nanti bisa raise hand ya setelah presentasi selesai, oke? Now let's listen to the presentation. Come on, Romeo.
Hi everyone. Hi, my name is Romeo Fazal and I represent Olymp Group. I hope you all can hear me because well, I think my sound is coming across okay. So a little bit of background information about myself as well as my organization, Olymp Group. So myself, I studied law in the UK and I qualified as a lawyer. And then last year, I transitioned into education. As a lawyer, it was very important for me to help people. So people came to me with problems and said, here is my problem. I put all of my trust in you. Can you please solve this problem? And what I'm finding that similarly in education, students are putting their faith, their money, everything into the hands of good agents to find them options and solutions for what they're looking for. And when I came across Utami, I was absolutely overwhelmed in a positive way because what she presents to her students is incredible. And that's when I decided to approach her and said, why don't we work together to present great opportunities for students, not just in terms of education, but beyond, because a lot of students, they put a lot of time, effort, and financial resources, not just from themselves, but from their families to try and seek great opportunities abroad. And that's what we're doing here today is we're providing you with some options and insight into Ireland as a destination to study. So we will together take care of everything from A to Z when it comes to the process, giving you information and making the whole process as easy as possible for you. And Utami is an incredible person. Her team as well, Martini is a visa expert, so she can guide you in that respect. However, my experience as a lawyer makes me want to create a package for students that is holistic in that it takes care of everything needed in order for the student to understand their options and make informed decisions which would lead them into successful careers post studies. I think that's what's most important for most people. When I studied law, I wanted to understand what was beyond studies for me, and it was becoming a lawyer, and that's why I made an informed decision, and I was a reasonably good lawyer. I think what I did was I presented the picture to the students, to my clients to say, okay, this is your problem, these are your solutions, these are the implications of your decision making. So I'm here with Olymp Group. Olymp Group started by a very special lady named Anna Alexandru. And Anna has over 10 years of experience in education. She has background into the medical industry. So she understands how important it is for people to seek the right opportunities. And she started Olymp Group to try and find opportunities for students to access the best education in the best destinations. So everything that comes to you from Olymp Group as well as from Eagle Overseas and Martini, we have selected these locations and the institutions within these locations very carefully to ensure that the opportunities presented to you are holistic and enables you to succeed. So we will give you all the tools, all the resources in order for you to succeed. And it's up to you to make the most of those opportunities. However, throughout your journey, we are here for you. If you have any questions about opportunities, about work, we are here. The plan is to create a community where you can connect with us at any time saying, I'm struggling with this. We will provide you with the information needed in order for you to succeed, and as well as connecting with people like you. So we've selected institutions that are multicultural, meaning there are people from all over the globe. They understand how difficult it is to go abroad and study and seek opportunities. So that's very important because you can actually connect and you can help each other. And when someone else finds an opportunity, they can tell you, and we will tell you about opportunities as well. So that's a little bit of background information into myself and Olymp Group. And for me, I think what's important is for students to understand the affordability side of things, the options available for students, because a lot of so I'm from the UK, and what most people don't realize is that UK is a lot more affordable than it comes across. So there are lots of opportunities for people to go to restaurants, eat food, uh, go out into events, clubbing, whatever it is that you enjoy. It's not as expensive as it's made out. There are lots of opportunities, and living in the UK is not what it's made out on TV. It's very nice. There are lots of free activities that you can participate in. There is lots of group activities. There's good student lifestyle. It's Ireland in particular is a very safe country. It's the hub of IT. There's a lot of multinational corporations, as you may know, such as Meta, Google, etc. So what that does is it presents a lot of opportunities for students, especially within the IT sector. So the courses that will be presented to you today have been blended in a way that presents lots of opportunities for you to seek post studies. I think that's what's most important. So my advice to you all would be to study hard, make the most of every opportunity, participate in every activity that is available to you, reach out to lots of people, and I will personally mentor each and every one of you, because what's important is for you to create a nice profile for yourself. So profile, either it's on LinkedIn, present yourself in a manner whereby people already have a good impression of you. And then when it comes to seeking opportunities, they say, well, I know this person from LinkedIn. They presented themselves really well. They posted really nice things. They had a really nice profile, professional profile picture. So we will mentor you and provide you with the tools in order to succeed. We just want you to do the best of your ability, make yourself, make your parents proud. So that's my advice. And if I will be taking some questions at some point in the session. Um, However, I will now hand back to Itami to maybe say a little bit in your language. I'm sorry I can't speak
Okay, it's okay.
Tagalog.
Thank you so much Romeo for your introduction. Teman-teman, aku senang banget nih hari ini suasana webinarnya agak berbeda karena uh, speaker utamanya itu datangnya belakangan. Jadi aku punya kesempatan sedikit untuk sharing kenapa sih kalian mesti masuk ke Irlandia. But I will speak on bahasa. Is that okay, Romeo? Oke, teman-teman. Jadi gini, kalian pasti udah baca tulisan-tulisan aku ya. Irlandia itu menarik banget saat ini untuk teman-teman. Kenapa? Karena di Irlandia sendiri sebagai negara dengan GDP, salah satu GDP yang tertinggi di dunia, itu Irlandia itu di atas 100.000 saat ini. Dan sebagai pusat hub Silicon Valley-nya Eropa, hub tech dari Eropa, Irlandia itu di dalamnya tuh seperti yang tadi Romeo udah bilang, ada Meta, Apple,
Microsoft, ada banyak sekali perusahaan-perusahaan multinasional besar yang berkantor pusat di Irlandia. Kenapa kalian harus ke Irlandia? Kalau saya orang IT dan saya adalah karir strategis, selama ini saya 6 tahun mendampingi student-student ya untuk merencanakan karirnya, future plan-nya nanti seperti apa. Uh, saya melihat kalau saya orang IT, saya akan mulai karir saya itu dari Irlandia. Kalau saya harus restart lagi hidup saya akan mulai dari Irlandia. Kalau saya harus balik lagi dari nol, reset ya, switch career dan lain-lain, saya akan mulai dari Irlandia. Kenapa? Karena di situ ada perusahaan-perusahaan gede, di mana ada kantor-kantor besar, di situ ada pekerjaan, di mana ada pekerjaan berarti ada duit. Dan secara GDP kita udah tahu Irlandia itu tertinggi di dunia. Salah satu yang tertinggi di dunia selain juga Switzerland ya. Jadi di atas 100.000 per kapita itu gede banget teman-teman. Dan buat aku semua angka-angka yang aku baca itu sesuatu banget ya. Jadi kalau misalnya hari ini aku boleh share sedikit in my screen, aku bakalan share tentang wait ya. Uh, aku sharenya di mana nih? Bentar, aku mesti buka dulu filenya. Aku share sedikit ya tentang critical skill employment permit. Kenapa sih aku bilang Irlandia itu bagus? Karena ada dukungan visanya. Jadi setelah kalian study, ini kita ngomongnya post study ya. Setelah kalian study, kalian akan dapat ini screen gue ya. Setelah kalian study, kalian akan bisa masuk ke Irlandia melalui post study visa. Setelah itu kalian akan punya kesempatan selama post study visa. Jadi kalian studinya kalau master itu 1 year study for master and they will get a 2 year post study visa, right, Romeo? Okay, kalian bisa dapat kalau kalian study master because uh, most of participants right now are major students. I think we can say if they take masters, they will study a year and they will get 2 years post study visa. Is that right?
That's
Okay.
correct. Yes, yes. And the critical skills employment permits, they are something that the courses are being offered by homes aligned aligned with the critical skills market, meaning that when you finish your studies, there will be lots of benefits when it comes to being able to stay in the country, being able to seek employment, and advantages such as the thresholds being much lower because these qualifications are linked to the critical skills market.
Mhm. So sebenarnya teman-teman negara itu nggak pernah, kalau buat aku major negara dan lain-lain itu adalah sesuatu yang harus kita rencanakan. Kita nggak boleh FOMO ikut-ikutan. Misalnya kan sekarang kan teman-teman tahu kan Australia itu bagus banget. Siapa yang nggak tahu Australia itu bagus? Tapi apakah sebenarnya kalian tepat masuk ke Australia? Itu dulu yang ditanya ke diri sendiri. Kalian kalau misalnya mau hospitality, ekosistemnya itu cocoknya di Swiss. Kalau kalian mau IT, ekosistemnya itu adanya di Ireland, bukan di Aussie. Kenapa? Karena kalau misalnya kalian pilihnya di Aussie, Meta yang ada di Aussie itu adalah branch ya, jadi kantor cabang. Nah, kebijakan dalam meng-hire orang kantor cabang itu berbeda dengan kantor pusat. Kalau misalnya kita udah bilang headquarters, dia punya kebijakan itu untuk hire internasional, foreign pun dia bisa hire gitu, dan kebutuhannya kan juga gede banget. Dan ada banyak sekali startup yang ada di sana. Jadi benar-benar kalau misalnya kayak kita punya kesempatan untuk kerja di perusahaan-perusahaan gede, itu tuh bakal ngeboost banget CV kita, teman-teman. Nah, ini adalah daftar dari critical skill occupation list. Apa sih critical skill occupation list ini? Ini adalah skill occupation listnya si Irlandia ya. Ada critical skill employment permit, nanti visanya pakainya itu ada production manager, ada ICT professional, ada health and social service manager director ya. Pokoknya kalau kalian mau masuk ke Irlandia, kalian harus ngeliat ini dulu, list ini dulu. Ada nggak kira-kira kursus yang kalian mau di dalam list ini? Kalau misalnya memang benar-benar cocok, di sini kan IT nih ya, IT Specialist Manager, BIM Manager. Kemudian ini kita boleh, kalian boleh discuss kalau kalian nggak ngerti, kalian langsung open pertanyaan aja ya, boleh ya, karena kita sambil nunggu Alfred juga, jadi aku kita sambil bedah sedikit mengenai apa sih peluangnya nanti ke depan buat kalian. Nah, ini ada programmers, ada web design, dan all other ICT professionals not elsewhere classified. Jadi menurut aku ini bagus untuk health professional ini juga adalah tempat yang bagus ya untuk teaching and educational professional. Ini memang harus sesuai dan setara dengan maunya mereka ya, sama ya untuk healthcare-nya juga. Kemudian di sini ada business research and administrative professional buat kalian yang punya background administrasi, accounting dan lain-lain, kalian harus ada CPA-nya mereka. Nah, cara termudah untuk masuk di dalam satu negara adalah masuk di dalam studinya, sehingga kalian dapat ekosistemnya secara full. Kalian dapat ijazahnya, kalian dapat networkingnya, kalian dapat pengalaman kerjanya juga. Di sini kan ada business finance ya, profesional, ada sales and marketing juga ada, tapi harus relate ke IT B2B sales roles. Jadi mesti diperhatiin di sini. Jadi mesti ada B2B-nya, tetap dia mesti punya pengalaman jualan, paling nggak jualan B2B untuk IT ya. Nah, satu di Irlandia yang mesti kita pahami, kalau misalnya pekerjaan kita nggak ada di sini, gimana? Kira-kira bisa nggak nih masuk di Irlandia? Bisa selama pekerjaan kalian nggak ada di namanya ineligible list of occupations. Ini tuh apa? Ini adalah hal yang pokoknya nggak boleh ada nih. Ineligible list ini manager in hospitality and leisure. Makanya aku bilang pastikan kalian ngerti ekosistemnya. Kalian kalau misalnya kalian adalah seorang manager di hospitality, tapi nggak laku kalau di Swiss. Kenapa? Visanya nggak ada. Begitu dia ada di dalam ineligible list of occupations, pintunya langsung ketutup buat kita. It means door closed if our occupation is in this list. Jadi emang benar-benar itu tuh nggak bisa. Jadi kalau ada yang nanya, bisa nggak jadi fitness instructor di Irlandia? Nggak bisa. Bisa nggak jadi sales and marketing nih? Sales and marketing juga ada nih, estate agents dan lain-lain, tapi nggak bisa gitu ya. Terus bisa nggak jadi administratif aja, occupation government ya? Ini juga nggak bisa nih. Kalau government support, jadi kalian nggak bisa kerja di situ. Sales administrator juga nggak bisa. Other administrative occupation not elsewhere classified juga nggak bisa. Jadi ada banyak banget ya, office manager, office supervisor, medical sekretaris, legal sekretaris, ya kayak gini nih, yang kita pikir bisa lah kemampuan gue pasti bisa masuk ke sana. Ternyata itu nggak bisa teman-teman ya. Kenapa? Karena nggak ada visanya. Pekerjaannya ada, perusahaannya maupun nggak bisa dikasih, nggak ada visanya ya. Chef ini hanya bisa ada chat ya. Chef ini hanya bisa aman ya. Mohon maaf, bisa minta link dari web yang dibuka. Oke nanti ya. Oke. Jadi ini kalau misalnya lihat nih ada chef juga. Tapi chef tuh harus ada minimum ya, exception-nya tuh ada lu punya pengalaman lebih dari 5 tahun boleh ya, tapi untuk eksekutif chef, head chef, sous chef, chef de partie sama commis chef ya. Jadi ada ketentuannya. Jadi nggak boleh juga di-employ di fast food outlets. Cooks juga nggak bisa. Jadi ada banyak ketentuan yang nggak bisa. Teacher juga setahu aku nggak bisa. Apalagi kalau ada yang nanya cleaning service bisa nggak, construction bisa nggak, driver bisa nggak. Nah, ini nih ada semua di sini. Selama pekerjaan kalian nggak ada di sini, kalian masih aman karena masih bisa disponsori dengan General Employment Permit. Ya, jadi kalau dari aku ini sekilas tentang Irlandia. Aku melihat masa depan Irlandia ini masih bagus banget, ya. Nanti linknya aku kasih ya. Aku ngelihat masa depan Irlandia ini masih bagus banget, teman-teman. So we have Hendri right now. Okay, then we already has a question here. Pram. Okay, we'll answer you after Hendri presentation. So, already joined us, Alfred Hendri from Holmes Institute, Dublin. Thank you so much for your time. I just show them about critical skill employment permit and the types of visa if they took study in Ireland for the future plan.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
so the stage is yours, Henry.
Yeah. Yeah, nice to meet you all. And it's a pleasure to connect with you guys from Indonesia, right?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So my name is Alfred. I'm a director of business development with Holmes Education Group. And yeah, it's a pleasure speaking with you guys. And I'm excited. We'll look forward to loads of questions from you guys. If I may start, I always start with why, which is why do you want to come? Why do you want to study in the first place? Why do you want to study outside Indonesia? Why do you want to come to Europe? Why specifically do you want to come to study in Ireland? So I think if we're able to have answers to those to these questions, then automatically we've had a very good session. Then that means the time is well spent. So what I'll try to do, I have about 11 slides. I'm not really a slide person, so I like interactions. So I'm just going to use like the next, say, 15 minutes or so to quickly go through the slides, and then you guys can throw in the questions, because your questions are more important than even the slides to a good extent. The slide just to give you a guide. That information, you can even find them online on our website and all that. But your questions are key. All right. They will help you make decisions. They will help you ensure that you're making informed decisions. They help you ensure that you're not you don't lose your way along the line. So yeah, let's crack on. I'm ready. Utami. I'm ready when you're ready.
So we wait for you, and I think the stage is yours. We already
Okay.
talked a lot about Ireland.
Okay,
So,
cool. I understand that you're going to help with sharing my slide. So if you can, yeah.
okay. I bring you to co-host if you want to share your
No,
slide.
it's fine. If you can share it, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Give me a minute. We'll share. I think this is your slide, right?
Yep, that's it. Yeah. So you could just go straight to present, and then slideshow. Once you click on the slideshow, then I will tell you where you can just start from there, and I'll tell you when to change slides. Okay. Excellent. So first of all, I want to tell you guys about Holmes Institute Dublin. Holmes is not a new organization. We started in the 60s. We're all over 60 something years old, and we originally started from Australia. Okay. Now it's family owned, which makes it so interesting. So in Australia, we have 4 campuses where we offer our degree programs. There are actually 5, but only 4 of the 5 campuses are offering our degree programs. And they are in Melbourne, in Brisbane, in Cairns, and in Gold Coast. But we are not talking Australia today. What we are talking about is Dublin. And we started the Dublin campus in 2022, when, because of the very hard lockdown where no one is allowed to go into Australia and all that. We thought it was best to bring our campus closer to our students. And since 2022, we've graduated a number of graduates, because we usually run 3 intakes in one academic year. So at least we had 2 sets of graduates already. And not just that, our campus right now is filled up with not less than students from not less than 50 different nationalities. Okay, so it's a huge nationality mix. All right, when you get there, you're going to see students from South America. You're going to see students from Africa. In fact, from Africa alone, we have students from more than 15 countries. Okay, you see students from Europe. You're going to see students from Asia. By Asia, places like Nepal, Myanmar, Bangladesh, India, all right, all across. So we have students from all over 50 countries. And it's a huge experience for our students, because we know that when you are coming into the international sphere, one part of the education for you is the experience. It's that you have an opportunity to like get to learn new culture, experience the way of life of other people, appreciate other people's cultures, accommodate them, and that is what makes you a truly international business professional, which we are going to be training you into. All right. Could you go to the next slide, please? So while we are waiting for the next slide, just to let you know, the next slide is basically going to, we need to also look at, yeah, it's basically a welcome message from our dean. That's fine. Go to the next one. Now, you must have noticed in the preceding slide that there is Oxford House College, OHC, and there is Holmes Institute Dublin. Okay. Maybe Utami, sorry, if you notice there are two. Utami, that's very smart of you. You knew that I would need the second slide. So go back. Yeah. Now, if you notice, there's a reason why there's a focus on these two brands. Like I said, we are Homes Education Group. So it's not just higher education we provide. We also provide English language studies as well. We also train English language teachers. We also do summer camps as well. So there are several companies that are right under our group. Now, I'm going to be majoring on these two. If you look at it, there's Oxford House College. Oxford House College is our English language school. It's located in Australia, it's located in the UK, it's located in Dublin, it's located in the US. In the US, we have Oxford House College in New York, Miami, and Florida. And then we also have, what do you call it? New York, Miami, and Boston, Massachusetts. And then in Canada, we also have in Toronto and Calgary. So Oxford House College is spread across. And in fact, I will just let you know now that we're literally just opening another branch of Oxford House College and Holmes Institute in Africa, precisely in Botswana. Now, why is this important? There are students that come from traditionally non-English speaking countries. So you might have some students probably from Indonesia that want to study here in the West, but their English language skills is not top notch. Students like this what we'll do, we offer them, we give them what we call a packaged offer, where they will first of all receive, they'll come in for 6 months of English language program. And once they pass their English language test, they now proceed into the degree program, whether it's undergraduate degree or postgraduate degree. So everyone is covered. So even if you happen to have to struggle with your English language skills and you think you need to upskill when it comes to your English language skill, that is not a problem at all. We've got you covered because both institutions are on the same campus. All right, cool. Next slide, please. Excellent. So now, our admissions process is one of the best in the market. I would say there is no institution in Dublin, in Ireland, that gives quick offers like us. If you submit a minimum amount of documents, most importantly your academic document, you will receive a decision within. Who wants to guess here? Let me see. Anybody want to try and guess for me? Anybody? Apart from Romeo. Romeo, you know it, so I wouldn't want you to guess. Anybody want to guess how long it takes for us to give you an offer? Please try.
24 hours?
24 hours? Well, you tried, but you're not there yet. Lower than that?
Lower than that?
Yes. Shocking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shocking. So, Andre, is it Andrianto? You want to try? Go ahead, unmute yourself and try. Don't worry.
Hello, Mr. Alfred.
Yeah, how are you? So tell me, can you give an idea how long it takes us to give you an offer once we receive your paperwork?
Hello,
It's
hello.
less than, yeah, okay. It's less than 24 hours. For the sake of time, Andrianto, I want to let you know that we give offers between 30 minutes to 2 hours. That's our average time. The moment you submit on our portal, through our partner, Olymp, straight away, our admissions team will check it out and make a decision on it. If they're going to give you, if you are not qualified, you'll be told within that time frame. If you are qualified, you'll be told. You'll be given a conditional offer straight away. Even if maybe, as long as you have your academic documents, if maybe you don't have your passport, probably you're still processing your passport or whatever, that's not a problem. All right. If you have any means of identification, maybe a national ID card or whatever to throw in, that's fine. But we can make a decision, a conditional offer within 2 hours. The only time it might take a bit longer is probably when the application is submitted. Say when the application is submitted, say after closing hours, that is when it will take some extra hours before it comes up. But if you submit the paperwork now at this time, you definitely get a decision within the next 2 hours. So Utami, you can now see what I mean. I know the ones you are used to are 24 hours. Sometimes they give you in 1 week, you celebrate it. Don't worry. We're here to disrupt the system. We're here to tell you that for your generation of students who like things being done quickly with a microwave mindset, we've also put in a system that allows the offers to come quickly. All right. And that takes me to the next point, which is, why are we issuing preconditional offers? Okay, that one is gone. For the preconditional offers, we were issuing it earlier on. All right, but because of our our MSc program, but now we have what we need. I'm going to tell you give you a bit of update on the last 2 points. Now, recently, the Irish government decided to harmonize the the higher education, English education, anything, the entire education sector in Ireland. All right, they wanted only the very best institutions to be recognized. Okay, so they introduced what we call the Trust Ed framework. You can just write the word trust plus ed at the end. You can go and do a research on that later on. But the point is, no institution has a license to operate in Ireland if it does not have the Trust Ed mark. Okay, no institution has a license to do that. So what they now did was they set this up to make sure that all dodgy institutions that do not meet their minimum requirements are kicked out. And I can happily tell you that both Oxford House College and Holmes Institute Dublin, both of them they meet all the requirements. As in, there were 50 requirements. We met each and every one of them. We didn't miss one. Okay, so now while we were waiting for that, our master's degree, which I want to talk about later, was approved. All right, so well, we were issuing pre-conditional offers. We're not accepting tuition fees then until the Trust Ed mark is issued. And I'm happy to let you know that the Trust Ed mark has now been issued to us in January, and we are now fully accredited to recruit even international students as well. So the popular ILEP, which is the interim list of eligible providers, all right, which is the usual list that is used by the Irish immigration authorities to process international visas, that list is going to be phased out. And what you're going to now get is a Trust Ed mark. Any institution without a Trust Ed mark is not considered to be an authentic institution. But I can assure you that we have the Trust Ed mark for both our English language school and our higher institution. Okay, next slide, please. All right. So let's talk about the bachelor's program. There's something unique about the bachelor's program that I'm going to be breaking down for you. If you don't mind, you can just go straight to the next page concerning the bachelor's program. Now, why is this bachelor's program very, very unique? It is because we designed this bachelor's program just after COVID, having in mind that things will never go back the same again. We knew things were never going to be the same. All right. So we decided to package package a brand new degree program that when you study with, by the time our students graduate, they will be among the people that are in high demand due to what? The AI revolution. We knew that things were not going to be the same. We knew that AI is going to change a lot of things. All right. Right now, you all agree with me. AI and automation is literally changing a lot of things. We are even moving into agentic AI now, whereby instead of people doing the job, AI is practically doing the entire jobs for you. All right. There are, I don't know if that's obtainable now in Indonesia, but over here, if I decide to call, say, like my broadband provider now, all right, the first call, when I make the first, what do you call it? When the call is picked, the first individual I speak to is not a human being. It's usually a chatbot. All right. And they will speak with me, normal, everything. They will confirm my identity. They'll tell me everything that I need. But the moment, if it is something they can solve, if it's a routine request I'm making, the AI will solve it without any human intervention. But if it happens to be something that requires human intervention, it will just tell me, okay, hold on, I'm going to pass it over to a member of the team. And you would think it's someone telling you that it's going to pass it to the member of the team that is responsible for that. But you don't know that it's simply AI telling you, okay, this is the limit where I'm going to be able to do it onto. I'm going to get a human to solve your problem. All right. So most companies where you see they tell you, Romeo, you might have seen this, especially when you see some banks now will tell you that, oh, you can call our customer service for 24 hours. Just know that they are using AI to solve it. You get my point? And what does that mean? A lot of wherever you see AI working, that is human jobs going, or a reduction in the number of human intervention. Okay, so we knew that there's going to be a surge in AI in things like that, and that is the reason why we decided to do what? To prepare this program at the back of our mind, knowing that our business graduates are going to need to be prepared for the post-COVID AI-driven era. And this starts with this. If you take a look at our modules, because when you're picking a course, what you should be focused on are the modules. Take a look at the first year, business fundamentals in the digital age, right? That's number one. Second one, management and interpersonal and digital communications. Another module again that has to do with IT, applied digital skills. In their first year alone, they're going to be doing 3 digital related programs. All right. Now, year 2, they said, if you look at it, year 2 is digital business. Supply chain management is the digital aspect as well, will be covered. And then as well as enterprise systems. And when you go to their third year, you'll see modules like what? Business intelligence and data analytics, business project and with principal practice, cybersecurity and project management. All right. Now, if you look at cybersecurity, before now, who cares for a businessman? Who cares about cybersecurity for a business person? No. But now we know that you're going to create a business. Most businesses have websites. Most businesses have servers where all their information is digital. And what happens to them? They need safety. They need to have the data protected. So we are not just rather than giving it to just a third party agent. Now we are now being told that, listen, you need to even have the basic knowledge of cybersecurity as a business professional. Okay, good. Now let's come to. I would like you to look at the electives at the bottom. If you look at there, you realize that we've got digital marketing. Then most importantly, artificial intelligence and machine learning as an elective. Now, mind you, this was a program that was designed during COVID lockdown. But we knew that AI and machine learning is going to become a key factor later on. All right? And we incorporated it. We're one of the first few organizations, institutions to incorporate this into our business program. All right? And by the first time everyone started hearing about AI when it became very popular, don't forget, it was in November 2023 when Microsoft invested $10 billion in OpenAI. OpenAI are the owners of what? ChatGPT. All right? So when Microsoft put in 10 billion and everybody were like, hey, what's going on? What to make Microsoft to do this? And then in 2024, first quarter, ChatGPT became live. And everybody now knows the rest is history. Just for you to know, your Microsoft Copilot is built on what? The ChatGPT what? Framework, right? And that is stemming from what? The partnership between Microsoft and what? OpenAI as well. So this alone should give you an understanding of how robust this program is. Now, before we sent this out, we worked with industry, what do you call it, organizations, as in organizations in Ireland, key IT organizations, STEM organizations, software organizations, name them, that are based in Dublin or based in Ireland. And we asked them for their feedback, but even financial organizations as well, medical organizations said, this is a business degree you're designing. Let us know what you think. And I can tell you the feedback was enormous. They were like, this is a game changer. All right. And I can tell you this program is super, super popular. I know Utami was going through your critical skills list in Ireland, and you agree with me, Ireland is one of the few countries whereby what do you call it, business professionals are in very, very what? High demand as well. But then I'm not here to discuss immigration or whatever. I'm just like trying to let you know that when it comes to career choice, it's not just Ireland alone. With the boom of AI, with the boom of automation, there's a huge demand for business executives who will be able to sell the product. You get my point? Who will be able to make the world know about what has been designed. All right. So anybody studying any of our business program is well positioned to do what? To excel in terms of their career. Next slide, please. All right. So this also takes me now to the next program, our Masters in Strategic Information System. Could you go to the next slide? I'm going to ask a question before I go into the details here, because I know a lot of people say, oh, for me to go into for me to study the master's program, I would need to, what do you call it? I would need to, what's the name? I would need to, how do I put it here now? I need to have an IT background, but that's not the case. All right. But before I dig deep, I want to ask a question. Okay. If you want to build a house and you've purchased a land, who is the first person that you meet concerning that? Anybody want to answer? You want to build a house. I don't know how you guys do it in Indonesia, but I'll make it open. I think it's the same principle. If you want to build a house, and yeah, Romeo?
A surveyor, architect.
Good. You use the word architect. So, and what does the architect do?
Designs the house for you.
You said? He designs the house, right? Now, in terms of designing of the house, right? Tell me, if an architect should design the house, will he just sit down and draw the house on his own? No. He would ask you, Tammy, right? Or Romeo or anybody, say, okay, what kind of house do you want to build? Then you might say, okay, I want a 5-bedroom house. I want a swimming pool. I want this. I want that. All right. I want all that. You might find yourself asking. It'll ask you all those questions. Is it not? You tell them, and then they now, based on your vision, they will now draw the design for you, right? And when they draw the design, what is going to be built has to follow the design once it is approved. Am I correct? Good. Now, for this course, the MSc in Strategic Information Systems, any person who studied this program and graduates as a Strategic Information Systems professional, they are the architects of the digital world. They are also the ones at the forefront of what we call digital transformation. By the term digital transformation, I mean a lot of companies, organizations are now adopting AI. Is it not so? Even up to Netflix. If you open your Netflix app now, it now has AI that will help you search and suggest the kind of movies that you want to watch. So literally every organization is getting what? Digitally what? Transformed. They are infusing AI into their activities, right? So what does this mean? What it means here is that any student that study, we've developed, we've built up our professionals when it comes to our first degree professionals. But we know that a lot of companies are looking at how they can incorporate AI into their operations. And they need the architect that will help them to design the approach they will use. And that is where the information systems comes to play, right? So anybody that studied this program, we are the ones that, if let's say Utami wants to digitally transform our company, all right, they will be the ones that will do what? They'll have to do what? Utami will meet Romeo, who has studied and who is a what do you call it? A strategic information consultant or specialist or professional, and she will say, I am operating XYZ kind of company. How do I incorporate? How can I automate the process? How can I ensure that my customer service team is available 24 hours? Usually, once we close my business, everybody closes. But now there's a huge demand. I have clientele from different time zones, and I cannot keep human beings working through the night. So I'm thinking of automating it, right? And then when she tells you, Romeo will say, okay, don't worry. He'll sit down, he will draw up, he will go around and get all the AI tools and all the automation tools that are available. He will draw it up. He will now sit down and also get all the draw the clear white paper that needs to be used, which is like what an architect does. Once he does it, he will now tell Utami will see it. Okay, I like the proposal you've made. He say, good. Now, as the strategic information specialist, I'm also going to be the project manager of this project. So he will sit down. He will say, okay, I will need a software engineer who will design the bots or whatever. He will bring in the software engineer. I will need the cybersecurity specialist who will be the one that will bring about the what's the name? The security system in place. He will bring that one in. You also say, okay, meanwhile, I will need a what do you call a network engineer who will bring in all the cables or the network and everything. Then you bring in an internet guys, or you bring in the hardware engineer that will bring in all the laptops, the computers, and all, set everything up. But he drew the design. Just as the way an architect would design a house, he will bring in the civil engineer, he will bring in the surveyor, he will bring in the person who do the roofing, he will bring in the person who do the interior architecture, he will bring in the person who do the painting and everything. That's the same role that somebody that studies the MSc in information system will do. All right. So, and if you look at the modules, you would be, I don't know if you've taken a look at the modules, Utami, is there anything you noticed in the modules that it's a bit yeah, is there anything you've noticed?
Next slide.
No. If you take a look at it here, right, in the modules,
Okay.
you notice that there's nothing in the modules that say you're studying software engineering or AI or computer or whatever. No. The first one says business analysis, right?
Yes.
Digital transformation.
Yes.
Business data and information and knowledge, enterprise system, project management, because you can still work as a project manager. And then you take in trimester 2, you do information system governance, research process and practice, business intelligence and data analytics. Nothing relating to a core IT module here, which means anybody can do it. right? And then if you look at the elective, there are 2 electives that the students will pick one. Either they can pick one, say they want to specialize in cybersecurity, which covers risk management, network safety, and security frameworks, or they can specialize in AI for business, which is the practical introduction of AI use. So they are the ones that would pick all the available AI solutions to solve specific problems for the client. All right. So if you look at it, it's a course that anybody can do. I know the beauty about it. Even a nurse can do this. A doctor can do this. An engineer can do this. All right. A lawyer can do this. There is only very few professions will say they won't do this, but literally almost 90% of backgrounds can do this. As long as they've been able to do one module or the other, maybe in their university studies or high school that relates to computer, then they are fine. They can do this program. All right. And based on that, I think we can just go straight to talk about tuition fees, and then I'll be done. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah, these are the campus. Inside the campus is located in a choice area, Merrion Square, in the heart of the city of Dublin, very close to numerous Fortune 100 companies, like you must have known. I guess, Utami, you must have said that before I came in, when we are talking about, say, Dublin is the IT hub of Europe. Literally all your key, what do you call it, Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies, their European headquarters are in Dublin, Ireland. So there's easy access to these companies right there. And that is where this campus is situated. Go to the next slide, please. Yeah, in terms of entry requirements, they're all basic. We have, I'll get Romeo to send you the specific entry requirements for Indonesia. All right. But as long as you have something that is equivalent to an A levels or a high school leaving certificate, we are good to go for the undergraduate program. For English language, we require IELTS 6.0 or PTE 54 or Duolingo, all right, 100, minimum of 100 for Duolingo. So a lot of students write the Duolingo test, and yeah. So even if you've written English before, because you are not an official English language speaking country, you will still have to write the test. But we are happy to give you conditional offers while awaiting the English language test. If it's for the postgraduate, it is 105 for the Duolingo. It has to be 105 if it's for postgraduate. Now, if we also have, Ireland has a lifelong learning policy. So if you happen to have someone that is 23 years and above from the 1st of January of the year that they are applying for, right? That student can apply to study the undergraduate program even if they do not meet the academic entry requirements. All right. They will have some interview and we will still take them into the program. Okay. For the postgraduate entry requirements, minimum of 2.2 with an equivalent degree. All right. As long as they have a degree in business, IT, science, engineering, or any related field, we are happy to take them. Even law. What we just need to do is that as long as the student can demonstrate that they've studied one IT module when they were studying or whatever in the past, that is fine. Okay. And that is it. So for the tuition fees, our undergraduate program, you can go to the next slide. I guess there's a tuition fees covered there. Yeah. So for the undergraduate program, right, for our tuition fees, published tuition fees is £10,000 a year. All right. However, if we have students, international students like you that are coming in, the tuition fees, there's some form of scholarship that brings it down to 7,250. All right. The fees you see here are fees for students who are based in Ireland already. Okay. Or if you happen to have a student who comes to study English language with us, and the student does a 6 months English language before progressing into the degree, then the student will be eligible to pay this kind of the figure, the 5,600 tuition fees, which is the tuition fees for what? Home students. Okay, students who are based in Ireland. Now, but for international students like you, who are coming direct to study and your English language is not an issue for you, the tuition fees after scholarship start at 7,250. We usually have some form of early bird packages, those to encourage people to pay tuition fees early. Well, whenever we have the early bird packages, we will inform you. I'm going to check to confirm the deadline for the early bird package for the June intake as well as for September intake, and I'll let you know what is the deadline and the available amount in terms of if there are any further discounts. Now, for the masters, the published fee is 13,000 euros, but we are currently giving out a 3,050 euros scholarship. All right. So now that 3,050 euros scholarship, what that means is that the students will pay 9,950 euros. All right. For the master's degree program. All right. Cool. That is it for me at the moment. I don't know if you have any questions. Please ask, and I'm happy to answer.
Okay. So I stop share.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
please.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, now let's see for the questions. Here we have questions from Andrianto. I'm 60 years old. Sorry, I'm 36 years old. I'm a trader. I can also weld. I want to work in Ireland. Perhaps you can give recommendation about the suitable programs for him.
Okay, so he wants to study in Ireland. Does he have a degree?
Andrianto, perhaps you want to unmute yourself to ask directly. Sir Alfred asking about, do you have any degree?
I can speak English.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I can see his question. Say he's 36 years old. He's a trader. He can also weld. He want to work in Ireland. Well, like I said, we are an institution. We are primarily offering degree programs. He would have to check if he qualifies to study our undergraduate degree. If he has a high school diploma, fine. He can apply to study with us, and then take up the degree program with us. Maybe by the time he's done with his degree program, that will give him the necessary skills he needs to make his welding business, international. All right. But so, if it concerns to work in Ireland, I don't really give much details about work. Our details are primarily for study. Now, speaking of work, when you finish studying, right, you can get for undergraduate students, you are given 1 year post-study work experience. Okay, for students who study first degree. So after your 3 years degree program, you proceed to do a 1 year post-study. And just to let you know, our degree program, when coming to Ireland, you need to know there are level 7 degrees and level 8 degrees. Level 7 degrees are degrees without honors, which means when the student finishes, they cannot go straight for a master's program. All right, it's a degree without honors. But a level 8 degree, which is the one we offer, is a degree with honors. So when the student finishes, the student can proceed straight to a master's degree. All right.
Alfred,
now, for the masters, okay, just give me a sec. Let me just drop the last one. For the master's program, when the student is done with the masters, the student gets a 2 years post-study work experience. So they are given 2 years to be able to remain in Ireland and work to gain work experience. Some students end up getting permanent roles, some don't, but if each postgraduate student is given 2 years post-study work experience opportunity. Yeah, Romeo?
So in Adrianto's, can you hear me? In Adrianto's position, he is a mature student. If he doesn't have any formal educational qualifications, can he use his work experience as a means of getting onto a course? I think that's what he was getting at.
I was trying to ask. Okay, well, the thing is, he needs to have some form of education. All right. And unapologetically, he also needs to pass his English language skills. So what happens here is that he would have to, what do you call it? Even if he has maybe a high school certificate, but the high school certificate did not meet the minimum entry requirements, right? Then we will take him plus his work experience in addition to that. Okay. And then, but he's still expected to pass his English. If he doesn't pass the English language, then what he needs to do now is that he has to come in for English language first, study the English language for 6 months, and afterwards he can now progress into the degree program.
Okay, one more question. So students, from what I understand, they can work up to 20 hours during term time and 40 hours outside of term time.
Yeah. So what I advise students to do then is, when the school is on holiday, get the school to issue a letter. Tell the admin guys, please issue me a letter. They will issue a letter stating when their holiday starts and when it ends. So that with that, they can give it to their employer, and they can also keep a copy for themselves. All right. So that they will make sure that the full-time work arrangement, all right, is within the period of time when the student is on holidays. Because if the student goes above 20 hours, it will affect the student's attempt to maybe renew their visas, or maybe if they have, maybe they want to now apply for post-study work, they might lose out because they've violated the policy while they were students. Or maybe they even get a job. They might end up not getting the visa because they violated it. So the best thing to do is ensure that they have, what do you call it? They work within the time frame that is permitted for them.
Okay. A couple of more questions. Number one is the English language program that you mentioned. You said if they study that, then they can pay home fees, which is about £5,000, 5,000 euros. How much is the English language program? What is the cost for it? And is it online? Is it delivered online?
No. It's face to face. They are going to travel to Ireland. Usually in Ireland, the English language program is in a block of 25 weeks, which is 6 months, right? So what they do is, when they come to Ireland to study, after 6 months or just before the 6 months is complete, they are expected to try and write either IELTS or Duolingo or any of the language tests. If they pass and meet the minimum required for them to progress into the degree program, that's fine. They can progress. But if after 6 months they do not pass, they can re-enroll again to take another 6 months of English language. All right. So that can be done up to 3 times. They can be given up to 3 times. All right. To do it 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. All right. But if after the third attempt, which is after 1.5 years, if their language skills is not, they would have to apply for another form of visa, which is like the study permit for the degree program. They cannot continue on the permit for language again after that attempt. And while they're even studying the English language program in Ireland, they will still be allowed to work for some limited hours. All right, just like the undergraduate student. I think, if I'm not mistaken, 10 hours or so, or something like that. So they can still work while studying English. That is what makes Ireland different from the UK, because here in the UK, you cannot work while studying English. And in the UK, you cannot renew your visa on shore. All right. You have to leave the UK before you renew. But for Ireland, you can remain in Ireland and renew your visas on shore. Even the progression to the degree is done onshore. They don't need to travel out. That's why we treat them as undergraduate, as home students. The one caveat there is that if a student is coming for both the English language and the degree program, all right, package, the student, apart from paying for the English language skills, which I'm going to get you the actual amount for the language programs, around 3,000 euros stuff. Once if the student is paying for that, the student is also expected to pay a deposit of 1,000 euros towards the degree program. All right, it's just a deposit. If at all the student ends up, maybe they couldn't do well, and for one reason or the other, they ended up not progressing, that money is usually refunded. The 1,000 is refunded as well.
And which visa will they use for English program?
It's a study visa. It's a short-term study visa. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very popular. We have hundreds of students on our campus who are studying English.
And what is the change? Because as far as I know, in Australia and most of the countries, studying English is not enough reason to go. The visa things, the visa matters.
Well, the thing is, if a student can prove, it depends on how this, I think it's treated on a case-by-case basis, because if a student can prove that they cannot, what do you call it? Their English, they absolutely need to improve upon their English language, they get the visas. All right. We have students from traditional French-speaking countries, Portuguese-speaking countries that are getting the English language visas in large numbers, and they are coming in to study with us. So what the student has to demonstrate that reasons why they absolutely need. For instance, if they are able to show the conditional offer for the degree, say, okay, my English language is not too good. I have written IELTS 1, 2, 3 times. These are the results. I didn't really pass. And all I've been getting is B1 or whatever. I need about 6 months to brush up my English language skills to get it all to the minimum of B2 that I need, right? You can see the 2 IELTS results that I've written. I didn't really pass them. Now, but when they provide the conditional offer for the degree, the chances of the student getting the visa will be high, because the student is able to demonstrate that they want to study a degree, but they are struggling with English and they want to study in Ireland. I know questions would be like, why not study English in your home country, right? Such kind of questions will come up. But if it's not left for the student to be able to show, make a case on why they absolutely think they need to come over to Ireland to study their English language.
And the fact that they've paid the deposit towards the degree will go in their favor, because it shows a goodwill on their part to want to study. My next question is on the living costs. So for Ireland, you need about
Romeo,
10,000.
maybe we should answer first the question
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
in the chat box.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead. Yeah.
Because
Martini, there's a Yusuf with Gerda. Okay.
Okay, Pram. So there are 2 types of study, isn't it? University degree and short courses, right? Does short courses here also eligible and or applies for 2-year permit after study? And after quick search, short courses are also eligible under critical skill employment permit, right? Oh, by the way, I got master degree in here already.
Okay, now let's put it this way. Somebody is asking about short courses, right? In fact, the fact that it's say short courses does not qualify students for post-study permit. First degree, anything from level 8, which is first degree, is what qualifies students for study permit. Okay, and so for the first degree is 1 year after the first degree. Then second degree is what do you call it? That which is masters is 2 years and upwards. So anybody coming to do a short course, maybe 6 months short course or whatever, that does not qualify the person. And moreover, we don't offer short courses at Holmes Institute Dublin at the moment. Okay. Then another person said, after quick search, short courses are also eligible under critical skill employment permit, right? How do I? Oh, between I got master's degree here. Okay, it depends on the master's degree. There are that you have one master's does not stop you from going for another master's. So our master's degree is only 12 months. Okay, it's for 12 months. And if a student already has another master's, there's no harm in coming in for the master's in strategic information systems, because the point is you want to be relevant in this day and age of AI. So combining it makes you a hybrid professional. All right. It makes you what? A hybrid professional. If you guys want, maybe Utemi, I might just do one thing here and show you how I'm not saying it's a must that you must do it, but it's something that you can try. All right. So Utami, if you allow me to share my screen, that would be great.
Yeah,
Then,
you are pleased to share your screen.
okay, cool. So let me share my screen. Sorry, I am not an expert in what do you call it? In using Zoom. I'm more of a Microsoft Teams person, so bear with me. Can you see the screen of mine?
Yes.
Am I sharing my screen?
Yes, yes.
Can you see the chat GPT, whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can see that.
All right, cool. So now I'm gonna minimize this window or hide this window somewhere. I'm not saying that, yeah, good. So let me give an example. Somebody who studied law, right? You all know that somebody who studied law, or give me an example of a profession you have in mind, like nursing, right? Okay. So let me ask ChatGPT and say, what are the career, because one thing I must say before I go on this, now that AI and automation has come, a number of traditional roles are phasing out and new ones are coming in. So there's a bit of an evolvement of new roles that people don't even know until you find yourself in the sector, until you do your research. So what are the career opportunities for a nurse, right? What are the career opportunities for a nurse or someone with a degree in nursing who decides, let me see, to study an MSc in strategic information systems. All right, let's see the career options. Now, mind you, this nurse, all they know before now was just to go to the clinic, offer treatment, work as a traditional clinical nurse. But now, let's see the options this has done. What just adding this master's to that nursing degree, what it does. Take a look at this. It's still popping up. Can you guys see my screen? Good. Now you can see, first of all, one direction is clinical, say with a BSc nursing plus MSc in strategic information system, you have become one of the most employable. Do you see that? You have become one of the most employable profiles in healthcare. Someone who understands clinical workflow flows plus digital systems plus data. That combination opens doors in hospitals, health tech, consulting, public health, insurers, and vendors. Do you see now? All of a sudden, a nurse is having opportunity to even work in an insurance company. All right. Now, mind you, said it's a hybrid profile. So what does it mean? You see, one, clinical informatics and digital transformation. They can work as clinical informatics specialists. They can work as clinical system implementation specialists, digital transformation officer, which is the ones that will help the health sector or the hospital to implement AI and technology in their operations, clinical workflow and pathway redesign, health IT change and adoption lead, or health data analytics and quality improvement, or product, customer success and solution roles like clinical product specialist, health tech product owner, customer success manager. Can you imagine? Even project management and business analyst in the healthcare, in healthcare and IT. All right. So cybersecurity specialists, you see, cybersecurity, governance, and health information, they are the ones that would help hospitals to protect their data so that they will not be hacked. All right. So you can see a risk and compliance analyst, health data quality and standards lead, clinical safety officer, then even research and public health or education and training. So if you look at it, all of a sudden, the chances of someone who has a nursing degree is automatically what? Expanded straight away. It's just opened up. All right. So that's, I just give you a quick rundown of how you can even use AI to counsel your students, or for you as a student, you can use it for yourself. So, okay, if I study this with what I have, what are the chances I get? So the chances of getting jobs and all that increase. The chances of succeeding in your career increases. And I hope I answered all your questions. Or is there anyone again?
Yeah.
I want to ask.
Okay.
So many questions here. Okay. In my WhatsApp. Okay. Do you accept someone who is only graduate high school diploma, and can you consider the experience as a equivalent of the degree? So he wants to apply for master degree.
No, somebody with a high school diploma cannot apply for master's degree. The person has to have a first degree. That one is non-negotiable. But somebody with a high school diploma can come into the university for undergraduate, for an undergraduate degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question, yeah. Okay. I would like to inquire about other master's programs in Ireland. Are there any programs in public policy or energy policy?
Well, right now, I am only able to speak about the programs we offer in Dublin, and those are the two programs we currently offer. If you notice, I did not mention anything about our other the programs we offer in our sister school in Australia. There we have about 25 programs, including a degree in aviation, where the students can study to become commercial pilots. All right. We have all that there. We have a degree in MSc in cybersecurity. We have MBAs and all that over there in Australia. And I don't know if you happen to, because I'm mentioning it because I know the time you mentioned Australia when you were saying something now. But aside from that, the focus for today, it's only the programs that we offer at Holmes Institute Dublin.
Okay.
Saya pertanyaan yang Yusuf yang paling atas belum kebaca kayaknya. Yusuf.
Wait. Oh, di aku nggak kelihatan karena tadi kan aku keluar. Jadi kamu bacain aja.
I'm a firmware program who specifically creates program for embedded devices, IC, control sensors, etc. Is there any opportunity to try working in Ireland? I'm 39 years old. Do I have to continue my studies first so that I can be accepted there?
Well, the thing is, like I said earlier, what I am primarily driving here is our master's and our degree program. Now, what I have just demonstrated for you is what a master's degree can do. So if for instance, someone who is a nurse in Indonesia feels like, oof, I'm tired of the routine. I want to see how to like expand my opportunities, and they have a degree in nursing or a degree in law or a degree in civil engineering or whatever, they can apply to us to come and study our master's program. And what that does is that it automatically opens up the IT sector, the AI sector, the business sector, even insurance sector, whatever, like we saw for the nurse the other time. In addition to the clinical nursing skills she has, she's able to expand into other sectors. So she's now a proper hybrid professional. The days of Jack of all trade, master of none is gone. These are the days of jack of all trade, master of all. As long as you take some unique programs, what it does is it opens up chances for you. So whosoever the person is that has a question, if you already have a degree, take up our masters. It will open up your chances for you. And all you need to do is communicate with Utami, Martini, and Romeo, and they will help you out.
Okay. Is there any previous questions anymore, Utami? Because I cannot see.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, then we go to Pram's questions. Thanks, Sir Alfred. So I can still apply for a master degree in Homes while I have completed master degree previously, different degree or subject to be applied?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
There is no restriction for having double degree. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Any more questions? Perhaps anyone want to
Because see, let me give you an example. Let's say I even have the masters in law or in nursing. But now AI and automation there's a huge drive for digital transformation. So if I now decide to come and study a master's in information systems, anybody ask me, I say, listen, I am working on, I want to make myself relevant. There's digital transformation now in my sector, and I want to be able to be a part of it. I want to be to lead the digital transformation in my sector. I want to be a consultant that can help lawyers to be able to incorporate AI into their operations. I'll give an example. Before now, a standard law firm, I don't know if is there any lawyer here in case so that, oh, Romeo, excellent. Romeo, you're a lawyer. You agree with me that for you to succeed, you usually have paralegals. They are the one that do all your research, go and check all the cases in history and bring everything that relates to a particular case that you are supposed to go and be one. Either you're the first chair or second chair in court. Am I correct?
Yeah, so paralegals are essentially legal assistants for the lawyers to do the
research
tasks, and including research if needed.
Very good. Now, with AI coming in, like ChatGPT or whatever, do you realize that the jobs of paralegals is at risk? Because instead, all you just need to do is to just go on the chatbot and ask, okay, can you tell me whatever case that is related to this, whatever case, give me all the details and all that. And in a matter of minutes, bang, it's right there on your tablet, all right, for you to study. Rather than waiting for a paralegal to go through boxes upon boxes upon boxes of history, all those massive, massive books that they put on the shelves. All those ones now, the AI is taking over. There are AI bots now that can do all the research and the lawyer does not necessarily need the help of numerous paralegals to come and help to do all that research again or prepare all the case notes or whatever again. All right. Romeo, I believe I'm correct.
Yeah, there are legal systems, so not so much ChatGPT because it can give you misinformation. But there are equivalent of legal systems whereby you can research legal topics.
Very good. So with this now in place, if you now look at most law firms now, instead of having, let's say, like 20 paralegals that they are paying, can survive with maybe one or two. All right. And all they now need to do is set up the system. All right. Like the ones you talked about. And who will be the one that will set it up? Someone like you can say, okay, I'm a lawyer. I want to go study information systems because I want to drive this digital transformation of introducing systems like what you talked about now into our legal practice. I want to help lawyers to adopt technology for them to succeed in their professions, right? So nobody will question you, even if you have a master's in law. Nobody will question you, why are you going for another master's? Nobody will question you because there's a need there. There's a gap. And you're trying to bridge the gap between the law and technology. And that's the digital transformation we're talking about. Utami?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I think it's okay. Utami, what about you? Shall we finish it right now? Because some people here wants to
breakfasting.
Yeah, breakfasting.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's we didn't
Indonesia,
realize that it's
yeah.
almost yeah, it's almost breakfasting time.
Okay. No worries. No worries. So
Yeah.
I hope I was able to answer your questions. I hope I was able to give you enough information that you need.
Yep. Any questions or any inquiries later, please guys, don't hesitate to reach out for us. Okay. So yeah, I think it's time to closing statement, Utami, starting from Alfred first. Closing
All right.
statement.
No. Thank you so much. It was exciting getting to meet you guys, and we look forward to receiving students from Indonesia on campus. That's one country I don't think we have any students yet. So it will be
Okay.
super exciting to have our first set of students from Indonesia. I'm going to pass all the details about the tuition fees and everything to Romeo. He'll make them available for you guys. Okay?
Okay, thanks, Alfred.
All right then.
Romeo, from you, closing statement.
I just want to say thank you to Utami and yourself for arranging this, and thank you to all the participants who have participated today. You've been wonderful. I hope we have provided some level of information to give you an insight. So the next step for you will be to follow up with Utami and ask more questions to find out more about the options in Ireland, who will be able to help you. But if you have any questions for me, then please do reach out to Utami. We're here to help you to make sure that you succeed in your education and beyond. So thank you from me and Olymp Group to all of you.
Okay, thank you. And then Utami.
Okay, I think
your
this
turn.
is the most comprehensive info sessions because we got everything from home sites, and I'm very happy to be here. Teman-teman, tadi kita udah banyak ngobrol mengenai kenapa kalian harus study di Ireland, kenapa Ireland itu penting, dan aku selalu bilang jangan pilih negara karena FOMO, tapi pilih negara karena ekosistemnya. Apakah ekosistemnya itu cocok untuk kalian? Karena kalian kalau cuman pindah tanpa perencanaan, itu cuman buang-buang uang aja untuk study. Thank you.
Oke, thanks a lot juga buat yang lain. Aku nggak lama-lama karena kita juga mau pada buka puasa kan ya. Langsung aja kita foto bareng.
Iya, kita foto bareng. Oke.
Let's take a picture first. Alfred, Romeo, and everybody wanna join for the pictures. Let's take a picture first.
1, 2, 3. Wait. Okay, one more time, maybe. Wait. One more time. Okay, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Romeo.
Thank you so much for the information.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Have a nice buka puasa semuanya. Thank you.
Bye.